Makambe. Bye-bye. Yes, we are on the move. We are going. There is a pull, a quiet hum beneath the noise of everyday life, calling us back home to our roots. For many of U.S. children of Africa scattered across the globe, that call is getting louder. It's a whisper from the motherland, a yearning for home. I've lived it. I felt that pull all the way from South Africa, a place I had called home, but my heart knew its true north was elsewhere. This isn't just my story. It's a story unfolding across the continent. It's the story of the Great Return. Think about it. For generations, the narrative has been about leaving for better opportunities, for education, for a different life. We were told success was out there, somewhere across the oceans. We packed our dreams into suitcases and chased horizons, always looking forward, rarely looking back. But what if the greatest opportunity, the most profound success, is not in leaving, but in returning? This idea isn't new. History is filled with movements of people returning to their ancestral lands, driven by a desire to reconnect and rebuild. Marcus Garveya's Back to Africa movement, a century ago, planted a seed. Today, that seed is sprouting in fertile ground, nurtured by a new generation. We are a generation connected by technology, empowered by global experience, and filled with a burning desire to make a tangible difference. We've seen what the world has to offer, and now we're bringing those skills, that knowledge, that capital, back home. Look at Ghana's Year of Return in 2019. It wasn't just a tourism campaign. It was a powerful, symbolic opening of arms. It welcomed the diaspora home, not as visitors, but as family. It sparked a wave of interest, with people from the U.S., the U.K., the Caribbean, and beyond, making the journey. They came to trace their roots, and many stayed to plant new ones. They started businesses, invested in communities, and brought a fresh wave of energy and innovation. This is happening everywhere. In Nigeria, tech entrepreneurs from Silicon Valley are returning to build Lagos into a world-class tech hub. In Rwanda, professionals are coming back to contribute to one of the most remarkable national transformations of our time. From agriculture in Kenya to fashion in Senegal, the diaspora is no longer just sending money home. They are sending themselves. My own journey back from South Africa was filled with uncertainty. Friends asked, "Why would you leave? You have a good life here." And they were right. I did. But a good life felt incomplete when my spirit was tethered to another land. The challenges of returning are real. There's bureaucracy, culture shock even, in a place that's supposed to be homeland, the daunting task of starting over. It's not a simple path. It requires courage, resilience, and a whole lot of faith. But the rewards, they are immeasurable. It's the feeling of your feet on soil that holds the memory of your ancestors. It's the joy of contributing to a community that sees you as one of their own. It's the profound satisfaction of building something that will last for generations, right where it all began. Now, imagine if this movement had the full force of our governments behind it. Imagine a Pan-African policy that actively encourages and supports the return. Picture governments offering parcels of land to diaspora families who want to farm, creating special economic zones with tax incentives for businesses started by returnees. Imagine streamlined processes for dual citizenship, making it easier for us to live, work, and invest across the continent. This isn't a fantasy. It's a strategic investment in our greatest asset, our people. When we empower our own, we unleash a torrent of potential. A farmer returning with knowledge of modern agricultural techniques can transform a local food system. An engineer can help build critical infrastructure. A teacher can bring new educational models to a village school. Each person who returns is a catalyst for change. And we don't have to do it alone. The real power of this great return lies in our ability to connect with each other. We need to build a back-home alliance, a network that transcends borders. Imagine a digital platform where a returnee in Ghana can connect with another in Tanzania, a place to share advice on navigating legal systems, to find business partners, to source materials, to share successes and failures. This alliance would be a continental support system. Need a web developer for your new startup in Kigali? There's a returnee in Nairobi who's an expert. Looking for a market for your organic shea butter from Burkina Faso? A connection in London, a fellow returnee, can help you find a distributor. We could create our own trade routes, our own supply chains, our own ecosystem of support. We would be a unified force, building, trading, and dreaming together, strengthening the fabric of the entire continent. The old dream was about individual success, about escaping. The new dream is about collective rising. It's about understanding that my success is tied to your success, and our success is tied to the success of the continent. The narrative is changing from me to we. We are at a pivotal moment. The world is looking at Africa with new eyes, seeing not just its challenges, but its immense, vibrant potential. The continent has the youngest population in the world, vast natural resources, and a growing middle class. The final piece of the puzzle is us, the sons and daughters who left, armed with new skills and a global perspective. This call to return is not about rejecting the lives we've built elsewhere. It's about integrating them. It's about bringing the best of both worlds together to create something new, something better. It's a call to heal the wounds of separation, not just for ourselves, but for the motherland herself. Look around. See the sun setting over the savannah, painting the sky in shades of orange and gold. See the bustling cities, alive with the energy of millions of dreams. See the faces of our families, the laughter of our children. This is what we are returning to. This is what we are building for. Africa's healing, Africa's rise, will not be delivered in aid packages or through foreign intervention. It will come from within. It will be powered by her own children, returning to the fold, ready the work to build, to love, and to restore. It starts with one dream, taking root in one village, inspiring one generation at a time. The Great Return has begun, after the long journey home. Today, we're moving beyond the statistics to meet the faces of the Great Return. These are the pioneers, the dreamers, and the builders who are reshaping the future of their homelands, one life at a time. Meet Tawanda. For 15 years, the hustle and bustle of Johannesburg was his life. He was a skilled mechanic, but his heart longed for the mountains of Mutare in Zimbabwe. So, he packed up his tools and his dreams, and came home. Today, his small workshop isn't just a place to fix cars. It's a beacon of hope. Tawanda now employs 5 young men from his community, passing on his skills, giving them a trade, and more importantly, a reason to stay and build. His story isn't just about coming back. It's about giving back. Then there's Nokufula. Born in South Africa to Zimbabwean parents, she always felt a piece of her was missing. She was connected to her heritage by stories, but she wanted to feel it, to touch it. So she took a leap of faith and returned to her ancestral village, a place she had only known through her parents' memories. What she found there wasn't just family. She found her life's purpose. Nokuthula is now a cultural historian, a storyteller using her camera and her voice to document the traditions, the songs, and the wisdom of her people. She is preserving a past to ensure it has a future. For her, returning home was a journey of self-discovery. And let's not forget the Mfanti family from Malawi. They had what many considered a good life in South Africa's steady jobs, a fast-paced urban existence. But something was missing. They missed the slow evenings, the taste of food from their own garden, the laughter of extended family. They decided to trade the fast life for family life. Back in their village, they didn't just settle down. They revitalized their community. They opened a small grocery shop, a vital hub for their neighbors, and started a farm that now feeds not just their family, but many others. Their return is a testament to the idea that true wealth isn't just about money. It's about community, connection, and belonging. These are just a few of the thousands of faces behind this great migration homeward, each one a unique story of courage, resilience, and hope. They are the living proof that home isn't just a place you leave. It's a place you can always return to and rebuild. But let's be honest, not every story of return begins with a choice. For many, the journey home is not planned, not celebrated. It's born from hardship, Some are deported, their dreams cut short by changing laws and tightening borders. They arrive with little more than the clothes on their backs, the weight of failure heavy on their shoulders. Others lose their jobs, the economic promise of a foreign land turning to dust. Suddenly, the city that once felt like a world of opportunity becomes a place of survival, and the only viable path leads back home. And then there is the return driven by fear, the rising tide of xenophobia, the threats, the violence. It forces families to flee, to seek refuge in the very places they once left behind. These returns are often traumatic, marked by loss and a deep sense of injustice. They arrive home not as triumphant returnees, but as displaced people in their own land. But here is where the story takes an incredible turn, because even in this pain, there is profound power. Returning home, even when forced, is not the end of the story. In fact, it is often the beginning of a brand new, unexpected chapter. Think about it. The skills learned, the resilience forged in hardship, the new perspective gained from living abroad, none of that disappears. It comes home with them. We see it everywhere. A small, hastily built house becomes the foundation of a new family legacy. A barren field, worked by hands that once operated machinery in a factory, slowly turns green with promise. Communities, seeing their sons and daughters return, rally around them. Because in these villages and towns, a returning neighbor isn't a statistic. They are a cousin, a friend, a child of the soil. The forced return, which felt like a crushing defeat, can transform into a catalyst for rebirth. It's a powerful reminder that human spirit is not defined by its falls, but by its capacity to rise, to rebuild, and to find hope in the most unlikely of places. The end of one dream is simply the start of another. So, what happens when this wave of people returns? They don't arrive empty-handed. They carry with them a treasured trove of invaluable assets, skills, experience, and a global perspective. They've seen how things can work. They've learned new trades, and they have a vision for what their homes can become. They are not waiting for governments or for aid. They are the architects of their own progress. Look around. You'll see them. They are the ones transforming dusty plots of land into thriving, modern farms, using techniques they learned abroad to increase yields and feed their communities. They are the tech entrepreneurs launching startups from small towns, creating apps that solve local problems, and connecting their villages to the digital world. They are the pioneers of green energy, installing solar panels on rooftops, bringing light and power to areas that have been in the dark for decades. They are opening schools, not just to teach reading and writing, but to impart critical thinking and vocational skills. They are starting workshops, training the next generation of mechanics, builders, and artisans. They aren't just creating jobs for themselves. They are creating ecosystems of opportunity for everyone around them. This isn't a story of escape anymore. The narrative has changed. This is a story of return, of rebuilding, of reinvention. These individuals are proving, day by day, that the future of Africa does not lie in seeking fortunes elsewhere. It lies right here, in the soil, in the cities, and in the hearts of its people, who are coming home to build. They are the living, breathing proof that the greatest resource this continent has is its own people. Now, it would be a fairy tale to say this journey of rebuilding is a smooth one. It's not. The path is littered with obstacles. Imagine returning with a brilliant business idea, full of energy and hope, only to be met with a mountain of bureaucratic red tape, forms, permits, licenses, a slow, frustrating process that can drain the motivation from even the most determined entrepreneur. Then there's the challenge of corruption. You have the skills, you have the capital, but sometimes it feels like you can't get anywhere without paying a bribe or knowing someone. It's a systemic problem that discourages honest work and makes it incredibly difficult for small businesses to thrive on merit alone. It's a fight against a culture of how things have always been done. And perhaps one of the biggest hurdles is the lack of institutional support. Banks are often hesitant to give loans to new ventures. There are few government programs designed specifically to help returnees reintegrate and invest their skills. They often have to go it alone, using their personal savings and relying on the support of family and friends. But here's what makes this generation of returnees different. They are not easily discouraged. They have seen the world. They've worked in systems that are efficient and transparent, and they know what is possible. They have a global mindset. They are connected, resourceful, and they are not afraid to demand better. They are bringing the world home, not just in their skills, but in their expectations. They are pushing for change, challenging the old ways, and slowly but surely, they are creating a new reality, one where hard work, innovation, and vision are what truly matter. They are not just rebuilding their homes, they are rebuilding their nations from the ground up. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey today. If these stories of resilience and hope moved you, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more content that celebrates the power of the human spirit. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time.